Hi guys, welcome to week 2 of online learning. As you can see, I made a new topic, a new folder on Google Classroom that shows the lessons for this new week. Now, right now I am under the classwork tab. I can also click on the stream tab, which you should be able to see any announcements I make as well as the upcoming dates. So here's the video from last week. So I'm going to go back to my classroom tab. One thing I want to point out about Google Classroom is that since I'm the teacher, my view is different from yours. So as I can see who turned in the assignment and who didn't. I can see the due date, but yours will look a little bit different. What's the same is the title of the lesson. Both the teacher and student can see the directions. So I'm going to read you the directions for your first assignment of week 2. It says, please open the EROSION AD file. Here's the Word file to view the assignment. Then open the EROSION reading for the content to answer the questions. Watch the video to hear the content read aloud. So I'm going to read you the content aloud in this video. Submit the assignment through Google Classroom. Watch the videos attached for this assignment as a reminder on how to do that. So this video here shows you how to turn it in. What we're going to do first, we can open our document. So this is the assignment. This is what you have to do. What we want to do first so we can complete it is we want to download it. So right now I need to see a download button, which I don't see. It's an arrow pointing down. I don't see that. So what I can do, simply click on the 3 dots. I'm going to open it in a new window. Okay, so new window. Going to make this box a little bit bigger. Well, I guess I can't do that. So I'm opening it in a new window. And this is the button I want to do. I want to download it. If I click on that, okay, at the bottom of my screen, I see open, I see save. It doesn't matter what you do first. I would open it. So be patient, wait a second or two for the Word file to open. And I see Word opening, excellent. Now, I already had it up on my screen, but it will open with the questions. I want to click Enable Editing. Now, I can type in it. Look. So if I type, now I can complete this assignment. Okay, so let's read the directions. Open the EROSION reading. We're going to do that in just a second. Questions 1 to 13 are true or false. Next to each number, record either a T or F. If false, make the statement true by typing the correct word or words below. The first one is done for you. So we are going to go back to Google Classroom, and what we want to do is find, I want to go back, I want to Google Classroom here. I can exit this. I'm going to use my back arrow to go back. I want to open the reading. Here's what I want. All right, so here it is. You can download this. You don't have to. You can just have it up like this. All you need to do is see it. You don't need to edit it. You don't need to type in it. You just need to see it. So I'm going to read this out loud to you, the whole thing. And what I did was I highlighted sections with the answers in yellow, and they do go in order. So I'm going to switch back to my assignment here. So let's take a look at the first one. Question 1, true or false? Erosion is the process where Earth's materials are just worn away, and just worn away here. So we're going to look back in the reading, and we're going to find that's actually false. That's why I put an F there. When it's false, we have to change the underlined word or words to make it true. So we're going to find that erosion is when rock gets worn away and it's moved or transported. So let's find that answer. I'm going to go back. And here I am. So now is the part where I read this out loud to you. Erosion is the geological process in which earthen materials are worn away and transported by natural forces, such as wind or water. A similar process, weathering, breaks down or dissolves rock, but does not involve movement. So, right, I can see here, erosion is which materials are worn away and transported. So that first question was erosion just involves when rock is broken down. So I'm going to look back again. Erosion is the process where Earth's materials are just worn away. Broken down, worn away means the same thing. That's false. There's another part here. So I added that part, and transported. So worn away and transported. That's why that's false. It was missing a piece. I'm going to check back again. So worn away, broken down, and transported. So there's more to it. That's why it was false. Okay. Weathering breaks down or dissolves rock, but does not involve movement. Erosion is the opposite of deposition, the geological process in which earthen materials are deposited or built up on a landform. Notice this isn't highlighted. I didn't ask you a question about deposition. It's still important to read this so we can kind of get a whole picture of things, but the answers won't be in the unhighlighted parts of this reading. Most erosion is performed by liquid water, wind, or ice, usually in the form of a glacier. Physical erosion. Physical erosion describes the process of rocks changing their physical properties without changing their basic chemical composition. Physical erosion often causes rock to get smaller or smoother. Rocks eroded through physical erosion often have clastic sediments. Landslides and other forms of mass wasting are associated with physical weathering. These processes cause a rock to dislodge from hillsides and crumble as they tumble down a slope. Okay. Plant growth can also contribute to physical erosion in a process called bioerosion. Plants break up earthen materials as they take root and can create cracks and crevices in rocks they encounter. Liquid water is the major agent of erosion on Earth. Rain, rivers, floods, lakes, and the ocean carry away bits of soil and sands and slowly wash away the sediment. Rainfall produces 4 types of soil erosion: splash erosion, sheet erosion, rill, and gully. Splash erosion describes the impact of a falling raindrop, which can scatter tiny soil particles as far as 2 feet. So at this point, what I think I'm going to do is just read what's highlighted in yellow so that I don't take up too much time out of your day here. Valley erosion is the process in which rushing streams and rivers wear away their banks, creating larger and larger valleys. And you can read about this example here in the Fish River Canyon. The ocean is a huge force of erosion. Coastal erosion, the wearing away of rocks, earth, or sand on the beach, can change the shape of an entire coastline. During the process of coastal erosion, waves pound rocks into pebbles and pebbles into sand. And waves and currents can transport the sand. Now we have erosion by wind. So we talked about water, liquid water. Now we have wind. Wind is a powerful agent of erosion. In dry areas, wind-blown sand can blast against rock with tremendous force, slowly wearing away the soft rock. It polishes rocks and cliffs until they are smooth, giving the stone a so-called desert varnish. Look at Arches National Park if you would like to see examples of that. It's pretty cool. Some of the most destructive examples of wind erosion are the dust storms that characterized the Dust Bowl of the 1930s in North America. Now we're on to the next type of erosion. We talked about water, we talked about liquid water, we talked about wind. Now we're on erosion by ice. Ice, usually in the form of glaciers, can erode the earth and create dramatic landforms. In frigid, cold, areas and on mountaintops, glaciers move slowly downhill and across the land. As they move, they transport everything in their path, from tiny grains of sand to huge boulders. Rocks carried by glaciers scrape against the ground below, eroding both the ground and the rocks. In this way, glaciers grind up rocks and scrape away the soil. Moving glaciers gouge out basins. Basins is just the lower lying area. Gouging out means they carve it out and form steep-sided mountain valleys. Eroded sediment called a moraine is often visible on and around glaciers. Several times in Earth's history, vast glaciers covered parts of the northern hemisphere. These glacial periods are known as Ice Age. Ice Age glaciers carved much of the modern northern North America and European landscapes. Today, in places like Greenland and Antarctica, glaciers continue to erode the Earth. Okay, so if we go back to our assignment, we need to finish it, so we need to put a T or an F if an F. We want to look at the underlined part and either add to it or change it to make it true. Boys and girls, you don't have to have this underlined however you want to do it, so you can just do something like this, or if you think it's true, okay, you can underline it. You don't have to have it underlined. If you want to space these out more, you can. However you want to do it is up to you. I did give you an answer to number 5, so this one, we're on number 5 now. Plant roots cannot create cracks and crevices. If we would go back to the reading, they can. So I said false because it is false. I put they can. Okay, so please take your time on this. If you have any questions, I also gave number 10 to you. So it talks about the Dust Bowl. That's true. Okay. One last thing, you have your last question is, what's the difference between weathering and erosion? They are similar, but there's something else that erosion has in its definition that weathering doesn't have. So you can find the answer to this question at the beginning of the reading. Okay, and these questions go in order, boys and girls. So you'll see that the last question was in the last part of our reading about the glaciers and the Ice Age. Okay, once you are done filling it out, you want to make sure that you save it to a place that you are familiar with, you can access quickly. So you want to do save as. You can save it maybe to your desktop if you want to do it that way. So if I click browse, I click desktop, okay, Erosion AD, I save it there, I click save, and then I'm all done. I saved my document. I want to go back to Google Classroom, and if you watch the video, you're ready to submit. It doesn't show up on my screen, but on yours it will look different. You want to look for add or create. There's a button right over here, maybe a little bit over more. Add or create. You want to add a Word document. That's what you did it as. It's the format of your assignment. You want to find Erosion AD. You click it, it's selected, and then there should be a button that says turn in. And then I should be able to see, when I click on turn in, your name with the document that you attached. So that's how you do it in a nutshell, but if you forget, that's okay. Make sure you click on this. And one other difference you should see, I'm going to upload this video. It should appear with the attachments here. Okay, so make sure you're clicking on view assignment, because, oops, if you don't, you see how I can do that? So I need to make sure I click on this. Click on these assignments so the directions and attachments pop up. Okay, hopefully this helped you. And if you have any questions, you can email me, or you can comment on this assignment as well. Okay? All right, happy learning.